and welcome to this next Pilates Matwork class. In this session we're going to be using hand weights. Now these ones that I have here are 1/2 kilogram each. If you don't have hand weights, what you could use instead are perhaps 2 cans of food or 2 bottles of water filled, just 500 mils maximum, don't go any higher than that. You can of course use heavier weights, but I would recommend for most of us 1/2 kilogram is a good weight to start off with, and that's only really because we're doing lots of repetitive arm exercises, so you'll start to feel the burn even with a light weight like this. So I'm going to put these to one side just for a moment because we're going to do a little warm-up first. So let's start off standing with a little bit of space between the feet, nice and soft in the knees, letting the arms just hang loose off your shoulders and finding that neutral pelvis and spine position, so the hip bones, the pubic bone level with one another. Thinking about the natural curve of your lower back, the curve behind the neck, lovely length into your spine, and just a little bit of abdominal support from the front, just to help you to hold that good length into your body. We're going to keep the neck nice and long initially. Feel the crown of your head reaching to the ceiling and feeling that lovely length from the floor right up through the crown of the head. Let's start off with a little neck stretching exercise. And in fact, the next few exercises are what I like to call a daily upper body routine. And you can do these literally every day to help keep your upper body nice and loose and mobile. So we'll start with the neck, and I want you to just breathe naturally as you do these. So we begin with a little nod of the chin down to the chest. And then we take the chin up towards the ceiling. You'll come back to the center, gently turn your head to the right, come back to the center and take it to the left. Come back to the center. Now take your right ear down towards your right shoulder, but still look ahead of you. Take a breath in there. As you breathe out, gently turn your head and look down to that shoulder, and then come back to the center. We'll take the left ear to the shoulder. Take a breath in there. Breathe out as you turn your head to look to that left shoulder. And then come back to the center. And we're going to do that whole sequence twice more. Nodding the chin to the chest. Lifting the head back up. Head turns to the right. Gently over to the left. Come back to the center. Take your right ear down to your shoulder. Breath in. Breathe out, turn your head as you look to that shoulder. Come back to the center, left ear to the shoulder. Turn your head as you look to that shoulder. Come back to the center, and we'll do that one last time. Just feeling that lovely length at the back of the neck, then at the sides of the neck, and a little bit at the front. And then as you take your one ear to your shoulder, feel that really lovely sense of length from your earlobe right down to the top of your shoulder, the top of your arm. As you turn your head to look to that shoulder, that stretch deepens across the back of the shoulder. Coming back to the center, finishing off that last tilt and turn to the left. And then come back up to the starting position. So now we're going to keep the head nice and still. We're going to come into some shoulder circles, and we're going to circle the shoulders forwards initially. Both shoulders lifting up towards the ears, coming forwards, drawing down, and then releasing back to the starting position. Keep the arms really nice and relaxed. Good. Let's just do a few more of these and focus on really widening the upper back, those muscles between the shoulder blades. Feel the shoulder blades spread apart. Make this your last one, and then let's reverse. So the shoulders lift, they go backwards, downwards, and release. As they go up and back, now what the focus is on the front of the body, widening the front of the chest. Again, arms are loose and heavy to your sides. The neck is nice and long, the spine, the pelvis still in a lovely neutral position, but really feeling that movement in the shoulder girdle. Collarbones, shoulder blades, tops of the arms, everything gently circling backwards. We'll do 2 more to finish. When you finish there, we're going to do a little shoulder blade squeeze and stretch, and this again is really nice for focusing on opening the front and the back of the body, the upper body. So I'm just going to turn to the side to show you. We're going to take the hands behind the back, both arms. Now you could keep the arms there and just squeeze your shoulder blades together. If you want to deepen the squeeze, take hold of one hand with the other and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Take a really big breath in. As you breathe out, release the arms, bring them in front of you and resting one hand on one elbow, one hand underneath. Let your knees be soft, look down towards your feet. And now push your elbows forwards and spread those shoulder blades apart. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, stand up tall, and let's begin again. Arms go back, maybe the hands go back to deepen that squeeze. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, arms come forwards. Soften the knees, look down to the feet, push the shoulders forwards, push those elbows forwards. Big breath in there. Breathe out to stand up tall again. Let's do 3 more of these, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Really feel that width across your collarbones. Deep breath in as you hold that squeeze. And then the arms come forwards. Bend the knees a little bit, look down to your feet, push your elbows forwards. So you feel that width across your upper back, shoulder blades spreading apart. Standing up tall again. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Good. And then just give everything a little shake out from there. We're going to come into our lateral arm raises. You probably won't see my hands. No, you can't. As usual, long limbs. So what we're going to do now is send your arms out to your sides. They're shoulder height to start. And we're going to try to keep lovely length in the arms all the time. So keep long fingers, long wrists, long arms. So we're just going to breathe naturally again. Arms lower down to your sides and lift back up and down and up. Now these lateral arm raises are really nice to warm up those muscles at the tops of your arms to help prepare us for when we start to work with the weights. I'm going to do 3 more. Long in the arms. Keep breathing. And then stay in your T position and tiny little bounces up and down with your arms. Still breathing in and out. You might notice that as you bounce your arms up and down, you need a little bit more abdominal connection just to stabilize in the rest of your body. Now let's do little circles forwards, tiny little circles, roughly about the size of a side plate or a small football. Good. Just a couple more there, and then let's reverse the circles. And you're probably starting to feel a little bit of an ache at the tops of your arms, the tops of the shoulders. Keep breathing, let the breath help you to keep going. Let's come back to those little bounces up and down. Good. Let's do 2 more little bounces, then go all the way down and back up. Long in the arms, lovely straight elbows, long fingers. Keep breathing as you're moving. Good, just 2 more to finish off. When you finish, let the arms rest to your sides. Take a deep breath in, lift your shoulders right up to your ears. And then breathe out, let them come down. Breathe in to lift. What you could do is drop the shoulders, literally with gravity. Breathe in to lift and breathe out. If you prefer pulling the shoulders down, go for that instead. So you might find a little bit more length into the neck as you do that. A little bit more of a stretch for the tops of the shoulders. We'll just do 2 more, letting the breath help us to let go of tension. Good. We're going to finish off with a little shoulder stretch. So what I want you to do now is take your right arm up towards the ceiling. Bend your elbow and take the hand behind your head, or the lower arm behind your head. Now you could push your arm from the front, or if possible, you're going to reach from the top and then pull the elbow as close to your ear, or the arm as close to your ear as you can get it. You're going to hold the stretch for a moment, keep breathing into the stretch. lift your head or lift your chin so your arm isn't pushing your head forwards and you're looking down, so make sure you're maintaining good alignment. If you want to deepen the stretch, you could go over to the right, over to the left, stretching that right side. Breathing in there and breathe out to come back. And then reach your arms up, let them come back to your sides, and let's go the other way. Left arm reaches up, bend your elbow, take the hand behind your head, pull the elbow closer to your head, lift your chin, push your head back into your arm to deepen that stretch. You should feel this around the armpit area. You can either stay like this, or you can lean over to the right and stretch into that left side of the body. And just hold that for another breath or two, and then bring yourself back up. Release your arms to your sides, shake everything out, including the knees and legs if you want to, and then I think we're ready to start to work with the weights. So let's grab hold of them. We're going to start off with our Dumbwaiter exercise. So what I want you to do is hold the weights in each of your hands, long in the fingers, or you could wrap your fingers around what you're holding. The challenge is to keep your wrists nice and straight. So just watch that as you work with the weights, you don't drop your wrists down or maybe curl your wrists up. So we should be able to keep good alignment in the wrists. So elbows are tucked under the shoulders, and there's a little bit of breathing space in the armpits, so don't squash everything into the waist. And let's start with a single Dumbwaiter and a little turn of your head in the opposite direction. So for example, your right arm will rotate in your shoulder, your head will gently turn to the left, and then you come back to the center. Left arm turns in the shoulder, your head turns to the right, and you come back to the center. So we're breathing in as you turn, breathing out as you come back, breathing in and breathing out. And we just continue to alternate the arms, alternate the turn of the head, keeping good alignment in the rest of the body. So knees are still a little bit loose, tummy is a little bit active. The shoulders continue to face the front as your head turns from side to side, but you should feel, I hope, a nice little stretch across the front of the shoulder. So let's finish just one more to each side. Then look straight ahead of you and let's take both arms out together. As you breathe in, we Dumbwaiter. As we breathe out, we release. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, really nice. So let's do just a few more here. Maybe just one more after this one. Hopefully feeling really nice width across the shoulders. And let the arms just hang and rest to your sides. We're going to come next into a little bicep press and a bicep curl and then press. So we're holding onto the weights nice and firmly. We start with the palms turned forwards to face away from the body. And we're going to bend your elbows to bring them in up to the shoulders, so that's your curl. Then we press your arms up to the ceiling. Bend your elbows and release again. Breathe in, breathe out to push up, breathe in to bend, breathe out to release. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. So it's 4 breaths, literally 1 breath per movement. Good, that looks really nice. Again, we're maintaining good alignment, softness in the knees, a little bit of abdominal connection. Just one last one to finish. And then release. Good. Then let's bring your arms back into a bicep curl and lift your elbows a little higher. These are now your doors, which we're going to open and close. So we're going to start with your elbows as close together as you can get them whilst holding your weights. And you'll notice they are shoulder height. Try not to let them start down here. So we're lifting them nice and high to start. Once you're in your starting position, we breathe in to open the elbows wide apart. And then breathe out to come back to the start. Breathe in to open. And breathe out to close. Good, so we'll do a few more of these. Feeling that width again across the front of the chest. But now we're starting to strengthen the tops of the shoulders, the tops of the arms, as we hold the arms in this position, not letting them start to drop down as we fatigue. So keep lifting, keep that nice alignment. You might notice as well that the elbows may come behind your back. It really depends on your bodies, how much range of movement you'll find. Let's just do one last one to finish. And then let your arms just rest back to your sides. Then we're going to add in a little lift of the elbows. So what we're going to do here is slide the weights up the side of the body, right into your armpits, and lift your elbows as high as you can lift them. And then let everything release back down again. We breathe in as we slide up. Breathe out as you slide down. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. So again, we're working into those muscles at the tops of the shoulders, the tops of the arms. Trying to lift those elbows as high as you can. See if you can get them a fraction higher than the shoulders, which is really hard to do. Good. Just 2 more to finish. And then let the arms relax and shake everything out. Next we're going to come into a little bit of work for the legs. So we want to strengthen the calf muscles a little bit. So let's start, make sure there is a little bit of space between your feet. And we're going to start off with a little heel lift. So when you're ready, we rise up onto the toes. Now keep your balance, open your arms out to your sides, maybe up to that T position. Lower the arms, rest the heels. Rise up, lift the arms, lower the arms, lower the heels. Remember to keep loose in the knees, try not to lock them, so that way all of your leg muscles stay active as you try to keep your balance. And remember to push down into those big toes. Those are your stabilizers of the feet. Good, really nice. We'll do 2 more sets. Letting the arms just float up as long and as straight as you can. Good. Then we're going to come into what they call the penguin, and it's a variation of that. We rise up onto the toes again. The arms only open a little bit out to the sides. We do 4 little circles, as though you're moving your wings. Once you've done 4, keeping your balance, you reverse, and you do another 4. When you've done your 8 circles, lower down through the heels. We're going to do 2 more sets of those. So we rise up, slide open in the arms, 4 little circles in one direction, and then 4 in the other. And then release through the heels. We'll do 1 more set. Keep your balance, challenge your stability. Good, use those big toes, use those tummies. When you finish your last one, rest through the heels. Give those legs a good shake out. Those calf muscles have worked really well. So now let's work thigh muscles and bottom muscles. We're going to do a squatting exercise, or a series of squats, adding in our arms. So I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see a bit more easily. Make sure there's a little bit of space between the feet again. You could go a fraction wider than you were before. And now imagine there's a chair behind you that you want to sit back into. So you're going to bend your hips, your knees, your ankles, lower yourself towards that chair. Arms are just hanging out in front. And then we're going to do a bicep curl and then a tricep press, pushing the arms back behind you. Bicep curl, tricep press. Try to keep your back as straight as you can. So you're pulling the tummy in towards your spine, holding your spine in that neutral position. We're going to do 2 more sets. You'll notice I'm looking slightly downwards, although I'm not looking at my feet. When you've done your last set, sorry I did 3 more, stand up straight, shake everything out if you need to. The next variation is just really alternating arms. And so one arm will do a press as the other arm does, one arm does a curl as the other arm does a press. So we'll do the same thing again. We sit back into our squat, hold the spine, use the tummy. Right arm does a curl, left arm does a press, and we alternate. Breathe in for one, breathe out for one. Breathe in for one, breathe out for one. Hold that squatting position, use the tummy. The thighs are working, the bottom muscles are working. We're going to do a couple more to each arm. Finish with the left arm curling, stand up straight, shake everything out again. Really good work. We're going to finish with a tricep press sequence. So again, we're in a squat. And like your little penguin circles, we're going to do the same thing with the arms. So once you're back into your squat, hold that position. Reach your arms back behind you. And now we do 4 little circles in one direction. And then 4 in the other direction. Maintaining good alignment. Stand up straight, and we do 2 more sets of those. Into our squat, arms reach back, 4 tiny circles, really tiny. Reversing, keep breathing. Stand up straight. One last one to finish off this sequence. When you finish, stand up straight, shake everything out. That's the end of this session. We're going to continue down on the mat next, again using your weights. So I will see you very shortly on the other side of this video. Bye for now.